I'm Dana with Flowers by Design, and here in the Midwest we really look forward to spring, especially after a long and cold winter. So what a better way than to have a spring topiary to welcome in spring. This is a very easy to make project. It just requires some ready-mades, and in just a few steps you can have a wonderful centerpiece put together. So let me show you how. This project will require actually a ready-made topiary base, which has tendrils and also some clover and other little leaves. Also, 4 small bushes. Actually, they are mixed flower bush, great for spring. It has daisies and spring rye and other grasses and such, which will make a very nice topiary. I have 4 little bushes. I also have a aged urn here, an old world urn which resembles something, for example, that you would find in a Roman ruin, and it really adds a lot of texture to the arrangement. And about 2 yards of wired ribbon. Now, as far as for the mechanics, I have some John Henry foam, some dried and silk foam made especially for those type of arrangements, a putty knife to cut the foam, and a knife, a pair of scissors, a pair of cutting pliers, some cable ties, and Spanish moss, sheet moss, and a low temp glue gun. So let's get to work. Okay, first thing to do would be to cut a square of the foam, glue the edges, and push into the container. Watch your fingers so they don't get burnt. Next, I will put a little bit of Spanish moss just to bulk it up. And here's where the knife comes in handy, where you can actually use the knife to tuck it in. Finally, because I really wanted to have a garden type of feel, I will use some sheet moss to cover the container. And there's that trusty knife again. Now I'm going to make my topiary before I insert it into the pot. And the reason I do that is because sometimes I don't do things too straight, so I rather do them beforehand and have them ready and then tuck them in. Let me clean up a little bit here. Can get a little bit messy, but the end result is wonderful. Okay, so here is that topiary base, which has a lot of tendrils that move and are wonderful. Now, I am going to use 3 of these little bushes to tuck in, just like this. Because the bush has like a long stem, I already cut 2 of them, but I will cut the 3rd one to about 1 inch from where the stems start to come out. All right, so I put in the first one. I am going to put in the second one. It's looking good already. And here's the 3rd one. All right. Now, I need to tie them with a cable tie so that they will stay together. And these little cable ties are so handy because they really keep things in place. I hope you can see that. and I will actually do 2. Now, I know it doesn't look really pretty right now, but I will cover that with a ribbon, which just fell. Next thing to do is cut the tails of the cable ties off. Okay. And take some glue and glue about an inch or so of your topiary base. Make a little hole with your finger and tuck that in. All right. Isn't this pretty? Okay. So fluff it a little bit. Make sure it's straight. Okay, so with the 4th little bush that I have here, I actually will cut the stems off because I want to tuck them in really closer to the bottom of the arrangement. And it just entails cutting them like that with your pliers. And now, just gluing them a little bit and tucking them in into the center of the arrangement. Okay. Now with the ribbon, I am not really going to make a bow because I only have 2 yards and that's not enough to make a really nice bow, but I'll just make a simple bow which will look really good too. And there was my ribbon. I had dropped it. Starting, I will just put a knot into the ribbon and just like that, and make a quick bow. Go to the other side and make a bow on the other side. Just a quick bow, like tying your shoelaces. And have the tails actually come to the sides. But the tails don't look really good right now, so you need to do kind of like an inverted V and make them look like a real tail. Okay. Alright. And voila, it's done. Wouldn't this be great for an Easter table or just to welcome spring? I hope you enjoyed it, and make one because they're really easy to make. If you want to see some of the materials that we have used, visit us at www.flowers-by-design.com. And until next time, this is Donna with Flowers by Design.